the unit here. I thought I would just take a video and go over kind of every component of it, everything that's kind of wrong with every little piece, just so that you don't have any surprises once you get here. Um, just so it's easier for tomorrow. So here's all the pipes we have. I have one, two, three, four that are full length, and two here that have been broken. This one's broken, as you can see. These ones, they're quite a bit shorter than the rest. The one that has the airlock on it, so the most important one, the one that you're always going to use no matter what, is still in perfect condition. These other ones are still in good condition. They just like showed a little bit of cracking or something like that. So this one is still in perfect condition. These ones might have just showed a little bit of cracking or something, so we taped them up just to give them a little bit more strength. The problem with these fiberglass poles is once you have like 30 feet or so kind of lined up on them, when you're actually using it, it's a lot of weight when you put your end on it. So if you don't lay it down very carefully, they like have a lot of pressure that's put on these points. It's kind of all of a learning experience once you get used to it though. I did look at new poles. I think new poles were around $250. I'm not 100% sure, and when I checked was a couple years ago, or was a year or so ago. So I do have all these fittings. For gutter cleaning, this is going to be the one that you use the most, this one in the back. You just put this onto the end, and then this is kind of like a scraper and sucker, so you can also kind of scrape off the bottom of it and it would suck everything up. And then you have like vacuum attachments and stuff like that I never ever really used because I only use this for gutter cleaning. So that's kind of the poles. This is the Skyvac bag too. It holds all your poles and everything like that. We have the camera here. This is the little menu that you get, so it shows, so you can just clip that right directly onto a pole so you can see what you're doing. And then the camera, it clips on just to the top of here so you can see down. The problem with the camera is they didn't make this very good, so like even if you tighten this fully, when you're actually cleaning the gutters, it will kind of like jump around and do whatever it wants on you. So what I suggested was a GoPro. A GoPro would be a lot easier if you could put a GoPro mount on the front of this, and then just use your phone to display what the GoPro sees. It would just be a little bit of a nicer, and like this doesn't give you the best quality at all, but the charging cable's still in there. What I did find with the camera, because I didn't have a GoPro, was I would put it on my stick and I would go and I would walk over the gutters. I would see how dirty they are, the spots that are really bad. I would take the camera off, clean them, then put the camera on to check how good my work was. The next part that goes in the poles, so this is going to go on before your poles. This is the tubing that basically goes from your machine to your poles, so you're not poles directly out of the machine. You'll see that there is tape here as well. So this is just normal pool hose. You can replace this at any time. It does have a little bit, just a few holes in here. The pressure in your sucking pressure is still really good even with those little holes. I did have a little bit of tape on it, but when it's been in storage it just fell off, so there is a few holes in here, and that's actually a little patch job that I did at one point. But the most important thing is like you can replace this at any time because it's just pool hose. You just have to make sure that you always keep your fittings. So there's nothing wrong with these fittings. I just taped around them just so they would be airtight. Nothing wrong with the fittings at all, but if you do go to replace this hose, just remember that you need to keep these fittings because they are designed for the machine specifically. I'm not sure what length it is. It's probably around 10 feet. And then we have the machine itself. The machine itself runs perfectly. It's first pull every single time. So this is the storage tank that you have. I have it just taped up here again too, just so we had no air leaks, but if I take that off, there's no problem with it anywhere. Like, it's still fully sealed. It's just I was always paranoid of having an air leak, so I just kind of taped around everything that I thought could leak a little bit of air. Same thing here. This I always taped around these fittings just because I didn't want them to fall off. And same with the one going down into this machine right here. But everything with the machine, like I said, it's first pull every single time. Little things are at it. It is missing just an Allen key bolt right here. That's on the back of the motor itself where the belt drive is. And the other thing that is wrong with it is missing one of these clips. So what these clips are is you actually can pull these and you can tip the whole storage and dump everything out. And it is missing one of those. The problem with it missing one of those is it does rock a little bit. I've never had a problem, and I've like been going down the side of houses that have a walkout basement, and I've never had a problem with it falling completely over. But what I did always do when I was traveling with it was taking a ratchet strap, hooking onto these edges, and then putting it over and then strapping to the other side just so it didn't tip when I was traveling. That's kind of everything. If you have any questions, you can message me. For the poles, with the poles that you got full length, I was still always able to get into a 2-story building, into the gutters of a 2-story. And also with walkout basements, they always had a deck at some level of the back, so I always had a problem. But if you were from ground level trying to do 3 stories up, you might need to invest in more poles. I'm not sure exactly what we have, 5, 10, 15, 20. It give or take how tall you are as well, but you basically have 20 feet of good poles still, and then you have 2 more lengths, which is 10 more feet that are broken. Because they're broken, they're not useless. You can still use them. It's just you have to put quite a bit of the length into the fittings on the other one just so you get past everything that's broken. But yeah, if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll answer them as much as possible. And this actually here too, I'm not sure what vehicle you have. This was something that I used because I had a pressure washing business as well with my gutter cleaning, and that's just a trailer hitch that this actually fit on. You might have to put an extension or something. It just like that worked well with my truck, but if you want that as well, you can take it.